Did you know that 5 of the most soothing plants on Earth, and plants people have trusted for centuries, will grow for you in nothing but a cup of water on your windowsill? It starts with peppermint, and here's why this one comes first. If you can grow peppermint, you can grow every other plant on this list, because peppermint is almost impossible to get wrong. Snip a stem, drop it in a glass of water, and within 5 to 7 days you'll watch little white roots reach down into the glass. No soil, no bending, no heavy bags of anything. The plant does the work, you just give it light and change the water. Now, why peppermint? Beyond how easy it is, for centuries people have turned to mint for a gentle, soothing cup, something to settle the stomach and soften the end of a long day. It's one of the oldest plants in the garden, and you'll even find it mentioned in scripture, counted among the herbs people tended with care. And here's the real kicker, you don't have to buy it again. Once that stem roots, you can plant it or keep snipping from your windowsill, and it just keeps giving. One cutting becomes a plant that sits in your kitchen and quietly makes every cup of tea a little better. The only thing to watch, mint loves to spread, so keep it in its own pot. A gentle plant, but give it its own room. Imagine walking into your kitchen in the evening and brushing your fingers across a leaf that smells like calm itself. That's lemon balm, and for hundreds of years people have called it the gladdening herb. Lemon balm is a member of the mint family, so it roots in water just as easily, 7 to 10 days. Same simple glass on the sill. And it's the one plant on this list most people reach for in the evening when the day's work is done and it's time to slow down. Why does lemon balm earn a place here? Because it's the quiet one. A cup of lemon balm tea before bed is one of the oldest, gentlest evening habits in the herbal tradition. Sounds a bit old-fashioned, right? But here's the real kicker. It's survived for centuries precisely because it works, without asking anything of you but a little water and a little patience. The mistake most gardeners make is thinking all basil is the same. It isn't. The basil on your pizza is one thing. Holy basil, called tulsi, is something far older. In India, tulsi has been kept in homes for thousands of years. It's treated not as a crop, but as a companion. A plant kept near the door, the way some homes keep a candle or a photograph. It's been called the Queen of Herbs, and it holds that title for a reason. Tulsi roots in water too, usually within a week or 2. Snip a stem just below a node, set it in a glass, and give it a warm, bright spot. And the reward is a plant that brings a soft, slightly spicy warmth to a cup. One that people have turned to for calm for longer than most written records go back. Even beauty can cast a shadow, but tulsi casts the opposite. It's a plant that's meant to be kept close. Now here's the plant that teaches patience, and it's the one most gardeners never expect to root in water at all. Rosemary, the herb of remembrance. The ancient Greeks and Romans wore it, cooked with it, and kept it near them for focus and clarity. It's a woody, sturdy plant, and because of that, it roots more slowly than the others. Give it 2 or 3 weeks, not 5 days. But here's the real kicker. Once rosemary roots, it's one of the most forgiving plants you can keep. It doesn't need rich soil or constant attention. It just wants sun and a little space, and it rewards you with a clean, pine-like scent the moment you brush against it. Snip a fresh, non-flowering stem, older wood won't root as well. Strip the lower leaves and settle in. Rosemary is a lesson in going slow, and that's exactly the kind of plant a healing garden should have. And now the plant that closes this list the way a warm cup closes a day. Sage. We're talking culinary sage here, the soft grey-green leaves in every herb garden. Not the white sage tied to ceremonial smudging, which is a different plant with its own story. This sage is the one your grandmother kept in the garden, and it roots in water in about 2 weeks, same as the rest. Why does it belong here? Because sage has always been the herb of the soothing cup. Something gentle for the throat and the spirit, passed down in kitchens for generations. It's hardy, it's forgiving, and like rosemary, it asks very little of you once it's settled. A starving plant cannot bloom, but sage is the opposite. Give it a glass of water and a bright window, and it will quietly thrive while the rest of your day spins on. But here's the wisdom that ties all 5 together, and it's the part most people miss. Every plant on this list roots from what's called a node, that little bump on the stem where the leaves attach. That's where the roots begin. Snip just below a node, strip the lower leaves so they don't sit in water and rot, and set the stem in a glass of fresh room temperature water. Change the water every 2 or 3 days, keep it in bright but indirect light, and wait. That's the whole method. The reason it works is simple. These are plants that carry their own root-making energy in the stem itself. You're not doing anything to them, you're just giving them the one thing they need to do, what they already know how to do: water, light and time. So here is your sacred combination: 5 plants, 1 windowsill, 1 glass of water each. Peppermint for a gentle, settling cup. Lemon balm for the quiet of the evening. Tulsi for calm, kept close to home. Rosemary for focus and patience. And sage for a soothing cup at the end of the day. 5 different gifts, 5 different moods, and all of them grown from nothing but water and a little patience. You don't need a garden, you don't need soil, and you don't need to bend or lift anything. If you have a windowsill, you have everything you need to start. Which of these 5 plants would you try first? Drop it in the comments below. I genuinely read every single one, and I love hearing from you. If this helped, subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. And watch this video next, where we walk through the companion plants that keep your whole garden healthy, naturally. Stay positive and keep blooming.